everyone, my name is Nhi, but you can call me Lily. Today we're going to explore a new branch of knowledge from the mastery, and that is about racial numbers. So first, let's head to the concept. What are racial numbers? A racial number is a number that can be written in the form of A by B, where A and B belongs to Z, and B is not equal to 0. Note that A is the numerator and B is the denominator, and Z is actually a set of all the positive and negative integers. So let's take an example. We can write 1.5 is a decimal number, and we can write it under the form of fractions, and that is 3 by 2, or 6 by 4, or 9 by 6, and it goes on and on. These are the equivalent fractions that is equivalent to 1.5, and so we call 1.5 is a racial number. Another note that a set of the set of racial numbers can be quoted as Q. Another note is that all racial numbers have an opposite number. Here's an example. The opposite of racial number M would be negative M. Okay, so let's take an example. Let's say we have numbers negative 7, 0, 0.6, and 2, and 3 by 4. Are these racial numbers? And why? The answer is yes, because these numbers can be written under the form of fractions. For example, negative 7 can be written as negative 7 by 1. We can write as 7, negative 7 can be written as, 0 plus 6 as 0.6 can be written as 6 by 10. And 2 and 3 and 4 can be written as 11 by 4. So from here, we lead to the conclusion that a decimal number can also be written in the form of decimal fractions, and so is the same for mixed numbers and whole numbers. Okay, so let's move on to another fact. Is about order. The order of racial numbers. So, let's say that we have two racial numbers, and that is A and B. A and B can be any racial numbers. And so, if we have A and B, then there would always be A equivalent to B, A is lesser than B, or A is greater than B. But what if we have three racial numbers, A, B, and C? Then we would have, if A is smaller than B, B is smaller than C, then A would be smaller than C. And I call this the bridge property. And we also have another additional note, and that is we can compare any racial numbers by writing them under the form of fractions and then comparing them. Now let's have a small exercise. we compare 0.7 and 6 by 10. To compare this, we need to write them under the form of fractions. And so we got to write 0.7 is 7 by 10. And now, since 7 by 10 and 6 by 10 has the same denominator, so we're going to compare the two denominators, 7 and 6. 7 is greater than 6. So 7 by 10 would be greater than 6 by 10. That's it. And what if we put them on the number line? You see that on the number line over here, the 0 would be the center. And from numbers to the right, they would be the positive. And numbers heading back here will be the negative. And so if A on the number line, okay. Huh? No. Okay, so if A is in front of B on the number line, if A is lesser than B, then that means A would be in front of the number line, in front of B on the number line. It's just as simple as that. So let's look at how we learned today. We have covered the concept of rational numbers, and that is written in the form A and B, with A and B belong to Z and B equivalent to 0. We also learned undertotal note, and then we learned about the order of the rational numbers, about the number line, and the bridging property. And I hope you understand a lot what I'm saying today. So thank you for listening, and remember to like and subscribe to me. See you next time.